Welcome back to the second edition of the Lady Ruffers Coaches Show. I'm your host, Aaron Daniels. I got my main man, head coach of the Lady Ruffers basketball team, Rowland. And it's the first one of the new year, 2012. And a lot's happened since then, huh, Coach?
Yeah, we've been quite busy. We ended the year with a nice game at Sand Springs, and we went into the holiday break in good spirits and holiday spirits, and we had a good time over the holidays, and girls had some good workouts, and we got busy and got ready for the Shrine.
That'll work. If you would, take us through some of the practices and the atmosphere at practice over the holiday break. You know, it wasn't a lot of distractions, obviously, because school was out, and I'm pretty sure, the focus was there.
Well, when you get to practice and school's not out, you get to work on a lot of other different things. We didn't have to worry about getting the girls out and get them into the academics. We had a chance to touch on some spots that we had some weaknesses and try to firm those up, and then we had some fun. We let the girls have some fun. We played some games and we had some inter-squad scrimmages and all that good stuff. And so the girls, they had a good time, and they enjoyed it.
Nothing like breaking the monotony of the regular scheme of things, right?
Oh yeah, it's always good to change things up.
No question. Now, we just finished up with the Shrine tournament last week, and our girls three-peated, Coach. Tell us about that. How you feel?
Well, I'm proud of them. I mean, and I told you on the last show that we thought we would go into that tournament and play real hard, and the girls did just that. They went in there with a mission, and they set goals, and they wanted to three-peat, and they wanted this was the last tournament for our last Shrine tournament for our seniors, and we wanted to the juniors and so forth wanted to send them off in grand fashion. From being in the Shrine tournament, and they wanted to three-peat, and they got busy, and they did just that. I was proud of them.
Well, let me just tell you, for me sitting alongside of that, watching everything unfold, I was really pleased to see as much as they competed just like you did. But right about now, we're going to take a break, y'all, and we're going to come back with one of our three co-captains of the team, Morgan Walker, so y'all stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lady Ruffers Coaches Show. We're joined by one of our captains, Morgan Walker, a senior and a starter as well on the Lady Ruffers basketball team. How you doing today?
Good.
Happy New Year to you.
You too.
All right, and I got a couple questions I want to hit you with, and the first one, which really comes from my heart, I had the opportunity to find out that you're not only as a student athlete, but you're an employee, and you're 17, right?
18.
18. We're dealing with a grown woman here. How do you balance working and being a student plus an athlete?
Well, I try to make sure I don't take too much of one thing. Like I try to work on my basketball, and then I try to work on my work. So I try to balance them out really good. So when I'm lacking one thing, I try to work harder at the other thing, and then vice versa.
Well, in my opinion, I think that you balance it out well because you don't stretch yourself too thin.
Yeah.
And also, I want to ask you about this team. With you being a captain, I'm going to direct this question. Where do you think we are right now? Do you think we are where we need to be approaching mid-season?
I think we're in a good spot right now. Like, we can get much better. Like, this is the time where it's very critical for us because we usually go down after the Shrine tournament. So I think if we just keep focusing and working real hard at practice, then we'll reach our goal.
Nothing like breaking that chain. Coach, I know you got some good words about Morgan Walker. Why don't you go on and fill me in? How is she playing, in your opinion? Up to par or below average? What?
Morgan is a stabilizer on the floor.
Right.
When things are a little bit erratic or if things are not going well, I can always depend on Morgan to be that one to come in and settle things down, get the plays off, slow us down. If you keep Morgan on the floor, you're going to have a balanced team all the time. You're not going to do too much running. You're not going to do too much just basic plays. She balances out just like she does her everyday life. She balances it out real well for us, and so she is such a pleasure to coach. She has been just a darling. I had Morgan when she was in the 5th grade in a basketball camp, and I knew at that time that she was going to be an outstanding player. And she hasn't failed me. She's super. And she's not only a good athlete, she is just a good person all around. She's good academically. Anything she does well. So it's been such a pleasure to coach her. I just hate to see her leave.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to say, and kudos to you. Good things that you do on the court, they carry over off the court and vice versa. We're going to take another break, and we're going to bring up one of our other co-captains when we get back, Big Deanna More. Y'all stay tuned. Welcome back once again to the Lady Ruffers Coaches Show. We're joined with the enforcer in the middle, Deanna More, a senior, captain, and a starter on the Lady Ruffers basketball team. And I would like to ask you, how do you feel like this team is measuring up to its opponents here lately?
Well, like, each of us been going hard in individual spots, and you know, we match up against everybody real well with our speed, our height, and our strength. So we can compete with anybody on any given night.
Now, individually, what do you feel is your greatest contribution to this team? What do you do for this team?
Block shots.
Block shots.
that's my main thing, and I just need to stay in the game more because I'm a big enforcer on the court than on the bench, so you got to do that.
Before games, what do you do mentally, getting yourself dialed in and prepared for competition?
I put on my Lupe Fiasco and Eminem
Midwest.
playlist
Okay.
and flow with it.
That'll work. Coach Rowland, how you feel about Deanna More and her influence on this team?
Well, she said basically it. She's the enforcer. She's our aircraft carrier. And every team, to have a good team, to have an outstanding championship team, you need one. You need a person in the middle that's going to dominate. You need someone that's going to rebound. And you need someone that's going to do the dirty work. She has to do the dirty work. Sometimes I kind of feel for her because she has to take all the elbows and the punches, and
it's a war down
that's
there.
the nosebleed section, and she doesn't shy away from it. And I'm very proud of her. She's developed into a truly outstanding player, and we've had her now about 5 years, and Rudell works with her every day, and yourself, and we're really proud of her progress, and we're looking for big things here down the stretch.
Big Deanna More. That's Deanna More, y'all, the big one in the middle. We're going to take one more pause for the calls, and we're going to come back with our third of three senior captains, Bethany Hall. Back again, folks, with Bethany Hall, a senior captain for the Lady Ruffers basketball team. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, we're going to get right into these questions because I want to know. Now, with you being a captain, how important do you think leadership is to any team in any sport?
I think it's really good because if you don't have leadership from a captain or anything, then the other players wouldn't know who to look up to or how to play on the floor or just be able to flow together.
You go, nothing like having a second or third coach on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are obviously one of the smallest, if not the smallest players on our team, and I like little players like yourself because you're pesty. Now, what do you think your role is on this team?
I think my role is to bring the spark of the bench and just to let the tempo of the game just go faster than what it was. And just to be able to get everybody in the game, and when I have a chance to score, I will score myself. I
like that. Coach Rowland, what you think about those words?
Well, she's exactly right. I mean, that's what we expect of Bethany, and she does just that. And I'm still waiting because I'm telling you, she can have a super blowout game at any time. And she does what we ask. She comes in, she runs my offense. She picks up the tempo of the game. Her defense has certainly improved, and we expect that from her. I coached this little girl when they won a first time ever championship of the Frontier Conference in junior high. Okay. And I seen her have a breakout game where she scored like 5 threes in one night. I mean, she can flat out let it go. And so we looking forward to that. And she's fun to watch. I'll tell her a lot of times when she goes in the game, I want to see some magic.
There you go.
And she can bring some magic. And so I expect great things from her. She has been a super little player. I am so proud of her. And we're looking for big things down the stretch because we had a talk yesterday, even as early as yesterday, and I told her that I'm going to need her, and I'm going to need her big time down this stretch. And she's even got to step up even a little bit more. She stepped up, but Bethany can go even higher.
That'll work. Real words here from Coach Rowland and Ms. Hall. Be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And right off the bat, I want to let you guys know that tonight's game, along with any of the games previously, will be streaming on www.ihigh.com/Ruffers. So, be sure and tune in and get yourself caught up if you're not already with the progress of the Lady Ruffers basketball team. And speaking of tonight's game, we ready, Coach?
We are ready. We coming into a time of the season now that's very important. Very important, and I have some literature that I want to show the girls today when we leave. This is big for us right now. We go in what we call down that tough road, and some call it murder's road. I mean, it's tough.
At Bixby, I know it ain't no strife.
No, and then you come right behind them with Union, and then you have Jinx, and so it's getting ready to really get tough. And we're ready. I mean, I've been waiting on this for a year to get back to this situation here because this is where we kind of slid last year. And so we're looking forward to this. This is going to be a big road trip for us here these next 3 games. And I'm looking forward to them. I want to see how we stack up, measure up with everybody else, and lay our cards on the table, see how we stack up.
That'll work. Well, with that, Coach, you got any people you want to shout out before we close them out?
Oh, yes. There's always some people that you need to thank. The Tulsa Teacher Credit Union has been outstanding, and they've helped me so much, and they've been so good to us, and I certainly want to thank them, along with Keith Bigelow. He's been very instrumental in just giving, inspiration and along with giving us a little help as well, but he's been super, and Antioch Baptist Church, they've been so good, and we've had a number of churches that call the girls up and feed them dinner, and we've had Dean's Chapel Baptist Church, and Rayfield Baptist Church is getting ready to do some good things for us here in the real near future, and so it's been super. The Ministerial Alliance, I need to thank them as well. They've been so instrumental in helping us and making this possible. So. I could never be successful without some kind of help, and we appreciate everything that anyone does for us. So,
and to jump in and add on to that, I'm gonna thank those churches that made those good meals because I ate like a fat kid for real, and I hope. Matter of fact, when the next time we going to one of them churches to eat?
Rayfield, I think, is the next one. I think it's on January the 26th. And a matter of fact, they want to include the boys as well. We want them to come and go with us, and we can always listen to Reverend Walker. He is super. He's very good in the community about helping, and also Antioch wants to prepare a meal for us as well, and it's always good to do that and get some fellowship, and then we'll listen to some good prayer, and I mean, it's just great. It's just great for us. It's great for our girls. It's good for all.
Well, you heard that. Thanks to all from Coach Rowland and Aaron Daniels. I'm your host, and until next week, y'all be easy.